Best teachers पढ़ाए तो simple लगे everything. Leaderboards and quizzes से
Amazing.
learning हो जाए happening. समझ आएगा तो मजा आएगा.
Vedantu. Learn live online. To attend a free live class, download the app now.
Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope all of you are doing good and a very good evening guys. So today as part of the Killer 5 series, we will be looking at the chapter Sequence and Series. So I'm sure you guys have been following the Killer 5 series for a long time now, and we have been looking at some really interesting and unique questions from various chapters which are quite important for JEE Mains. So guys, for your exam which is due in probably 2 or 3 days, these topics are pretty important. So if you missed out the Killer 5 series, please do check out the playlist which is available in the Vedantu's channel. Okay. On that note, let me show you the schedule for the Killer 5. This is the penultimate class, that is the last but one class. We are at Sequence and Series, and these are all the topics that we have covered in the previous session. So if you missed out, do check it. I would highly recommend that. And you have Killer 5 series on Saturdays and Sundays at 9 p.m. So we have one more session after this on statistics and mathematical reasoning. So stay tuned for that as well. On that note, let us dive right in. But before that, if you guys are not aware of who I am, my name is Shimon Joseph and I'm a math master teacher here at Vedantu. I've been teaching for 6 years now, mentoring over 5,000 amazing students like all of you. And like you guys, I too prepared for JEE Mains, JEE Advanced, KVPY, and I cleared all of them. So let us get started guys. Let's see what are the interesting questions that I have brought for you today. The first one is right over here. So this is a simple one, a warm-up question. Let's get on with that. So the largest value of the positive integer k for which n to the power k plus 1 will divide this expression over here. So this is the question for you guys. You guys can start thinking about it. Take a pen and a paper, try it out on your own, and then try to see whether what I did and what you did, is it matching or not. Okay, so I'm gonna give you some hints. The first hint which I'll give you, this expression, don't think it is very complicated. It is actually something very simple, and all of you guys know it, because I'm sure all of you guys would have studied geometric progression. Isn't that correct guys? I'm sure you'd have studied geometric progression. So what I have here is nothing but a GP. So this big expression which I've been given in the question actually is a pretty simple sum of a GP formula. Okay, so let's do that first and see how to solve this question. I'm sure you guys are doing it along with me. Let us get started. So what do I have here? I have n to the power 0. Why did I write n to the power 0? Because 1 can be written as n to the power 0, and then we have n to the power 1 all the way up to n to the power 127. So totally how many terms are there? There are 128 terms of this GP. Okay, so totally you have 128 terms. So we know sum of a GP is equal to a times, a is the first term which is 1, a into r to the power n. What is r? The common ratio is n, right? For this GP, the first term is 1 and the common ratio is nothing but n. So a into r to the power n. So r is n to the power n means number of terms. Number of terms is 128 minus 1 by r minus 1. So this is my summation. So whatever expression I have here, it is nothing but n to the power 128 minus 1 by n minus 1. As simple as that. Can you believe that? Such a big expression, I have reduced it to a single term. That is the advantage of remembering what your basics are. Okay, so I just stuck to my basics of GP and I was able to reduce it to this extent. Now it is pretty simple to solve guys. I'm sure all of you have followed me clearly until here. I'm going to erase it and then proceed with solving this question. Okay. So now what will I do? I know this is my expression which is given to me. Isn't that correct? I have to factorize it now. Only then I can bring a factor of this form. So let me factorize it. So can I say it is n to the power 64 the whole square minus 1 square by n minus 1. Don't you all agree with me on that? I can write n to the power 128 as n to the power 64 whole square. Absolutely fine. Now this is of the form a square minus b square. So I can write it as a minus b into a plus b divided by n minus 1. Now guys, here comes the tricky part. After I reduce it to this expression, now what I will do is, let me quickly show you what is done. I will focus on this part alone. What is this part alone? Doesn't it look like sum of a GP whose first term is 1, whose common ratio is n, and which has 64 terms? Don't you guys agree? So how does this sum look like? It look like 1 plus n square all the way up to n power 63. So don't you think this black box is nothing but this expression over here? Because it looks exactly like sum of n terms of a GP formula, whose first term is 1, whose common ratio is n, and which has 64 terms in totality. So this can be written in this fashion. So this entire expression can now be reduced as 1 plus n square all the way up to n power 63 into n to the power 64 plus 1. So what is the highest value of k for which n to the power k plus 1 is a factor of this? It is 64. That's it, as simple as that. Because what I have here is one factor into another factor. So n to the power 64 plus 1 will divide whatever I have here. Therefore, the highest value of k will be 64. I hope you guys have understood it. Pretty simple, has to do with GP and how do you correlate your formula of sum of a GP. Okay? So please make a note of it guys, a good question. And if you learn something useful, try to immediately note it down. That is important. Okay? So with that, let's move on to the next question. I'll probably give you 5 seconds pause so that all of you can note down, and then we will go ahead. And as always, I've attached the session PDF with this video and you guys can access the solution through that. Okay? And also all the previous classes, I've uploaded the session PDF. In case you didn't find it, now you can do it because it is done. Okay? And as I always do, I've attached the solution as well. You guys can go through it. Perfect. Let's go to the second question now. So the second question is over here. A pretty simple one. But yeah, on the outside it looks like a great question. But honestly guys, it's a very simple one. And I would really appreciate it if you guys can crack it on your own. So this question, pause it, get it correct and then come back. See whether you're right. Okay? But you have to try and get it on your own. So let's do this. A and be the nth term of an AP. Okay? So this is nothing but the nth term of an AP. And what are we supposed to do? We are given the summation of A to R is equal to alpha and summation of A to R minus 1 is equal to beta. So let us expand and see what is that summation, because right now if I just say summation of A to R, we may not be able to get the feel of it. So let's write it down. Let's write it down and then see what is alpha and then what is beta. So what is A to R? When R is 1, it will be A2. When R is 2, it will be A4. When R is 3, it will be A6 and all the way up to A200. Because when R is 100, it will be A200. That is equal to alpha. Now I have a better picture. Now I know that whatever they have given is the sum of all the even terms up to A200. That is equal to alpha. And what they have given on the other side is nothing but A1 plus A3 plus A5 all the way up to A199. And that is equivalent to beta. Are you all fine with that? Yes? So what is this beta? Beta is nothing but the sum of all the odd terms of the sequence up to A199. Clear guys? Now I want to find out the common difference. I want to find out what is the common difference. I hope you guys are able to see that. So if I want to find out the common difference, what will I do and how do I have to proceed? That is very important. You guys have to think about it. Because there are various approaches guys. Some of you might try to write A1 as A plus D and then A2 as A plus D and then A4 as A plus 3D. A6 has A plus 5D and so on. It will take a lot of time to solve. Instead, if you observe one thing, what is A2 minus A1? It is D. A4 minus A3? It is D. A6 minus A5? That is also D. And all the way up to A200 minus A199, that is also D. So if I subtract the second one from the first, I will get all the terms to be equal to common difference. And that is equal to what? Alpha minus beta. So what is your common difference? Your common difference is alpha minus beta by 100. Because this is 100 times D. 1D, 2D, 3D, all the way up to 100 times D. Okay? Are you guys able to follow that? So that's it. We have got what is the value of our common difference, and that is exactly what they asked. Clear, guys? So shall we move forward with that? I hope you guys are able to understand. It's a very simple question. The only thing which I wanted you guys to think was, how do you get this D very easily? Okay, there can be other approaches, but this is the simplest of all. Clear, guys? So with that, let's move forward. Let's go to the next one. So the next question for all of you is right over here. This was asked in JEE Mains 2018. Let's see how to solve this question. So what do we have here? We have all the terms to be in an AP, and we are asked to find out what is the value of M. So what have they given? They have given one condition over here and another condition over here, and from that we will have to predict what is the AP. Only then we will be able to measure this. Okay, so these two are my most important clues. That's how you figure it out in a question. Given in an exam, you should be able to decipher it that fast. Okay, now what does this mean? When K is 0, it will be A1. When K is 1, it will be A5. When K is 2, it will be A9, and all the way up to A49. And that is equal to how much? 416. Okay, are you guys clear with that? And then A9 plus A43. What is A9? A9 is A1 plus AD. A43 is how much? A1 plus 42D is equal to 66. So that is one expression I have. That is equal to 66. And then we have another equation over here. We will be able to solve it because I can write A1 and I can write this as A1 plus 4D, and I can write this as A1 plus 8D, and all the way up to A1 plus 48D is equal to 416. So what will I have? How many times I will have A1? I will have A1 13 times because K is from 0 all the way up to 12. 0 to 12 means totally how many terms are there? 13 terms are there. So I will have 13 times A1 plus, if I take D common, I will have 4 plus 8 all the way up to 48. That is equal to 416. Okay, are you all fine with that? Now what is the summation of 4, 8 till 48? I can take 4 common now. So 13A1 plus 4D, if I take common, it is summation from 1 to 12, because 4 into 1, 4 into 2 till 4 into 12. So what will remain here? 1 plus 2 plus 3 all the way up to 12. What is sum of first 12 natural numbers? It is 12 into 13 by 2 is equal to 416. Now 13 is common, right? 13 I can cancel. This will also go in 13 tables, which is 3 times 26 is 2 times. So 32. So what do I have? I have A1 plus, we have 2 and 12, 6, 24D is equal to 32. And what do I have from here? So we have 2 linear equations, 2 variables, solve it, get your answer. You are done, guys. It's a very simple question. So please note it down. I will solve the question, but I need some space to solve. So I'm going to have to give you some time. Copy it down and let me know if you guys have understood it. Okay, so all of you fine? So let me erase this because I need only the 2 linear equations. All this information is used. I don't want it anymore. So I will use the two linear equations. What do we have from top? We have 2a1 plus 50d is equal to 66. So I'll divide by two tables. So I'll have a1 plus 25d is equal to 33, and I already have a1 plus 24d is equal to 32. So what is my d? My d is equal to 1. If my d is 1, what is my a? My a is equal to 32 minus 24, which is 8. So I got d, I got a. My question is done. a1 is 8 now. So I have my first term, I have my common difference. So I know the AP. Now I can solve it very easily. Are you guys fine with that? Okay. So let's try to finish it off and move forward. Okay. So how do we finish it off? We want to sum. I've got my AP, so let me write it down. My A is 8, A1, and my D is equal to 1. Okay. So I'm going to erase everything. So I have 8 square plus 9 square all the way up to A17 will be what? A17 will be 8 plus 16, which will be 24, right? So this is what I want to find out. This is equal to 140m. Are you guys okay? A1 is 8, guys. A2 is what? A2 is 8 plus 1, which is 9. A3 will be 8 plus 2, 10 square. And till A17. A17 will be A1 plus 16 times D. A1 is 8 plus 16 times D will be 16. So 8 plus 16, 24. That's what I've written. And square is there. Now this I can't calculate directly. So what I'll do is I'll add 1 square, 2 square all the way up to 7 square. And I will subtract 1 square plus 2 square all the way up to 7 square. Why am I doing that? Because I know how to sum this one. I know how to sum this one. The sum of first 24 squares. What is that? N into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1, which is 49 by 6 minus, this also can be sum of first 7 squares, which is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. That's it. So this will be 4 times, and this will be 8 15s is 120. 120 will go 20 times. So what will this be? 4900 minus 7 into 20 is 140. So how much is that? Can you guys figure it out? That will be the answer. So 4900 minus 140 will be 4760. So 4760 is your 140m. So what will be your m? Your m you can easily calculate. So your m is nothing but 4760 by 140. So 0 0 will cancel, 14 tables 3 times, 56 4 times. So the answer is 34. Do we have a 34 in the answer? Yes, of course we have. Are you guys clear about it, guys? Very simple. It's a good question. And of course you are expected to solve this in under 2 minutes. Since I was explaining, it took a lot of time, but in an exam setup you should be able to do it. Under 2 minutes is fair. I would say yeah, it is a bit lengthy for a JEE Main question, but you should be able to do it given 2 minutes of time. Okay, so please note it down, and if you have any doubts, do comment it down below. Understand the various methods I'm using, guys. That is the learning points. See, the question, I'm sure some of you might find it very easy, but some key takeaway points are there. The way of solving, how I added 1 to 7 square, just to make sure I know the formula. Otherwise, you have to think of other ways to solve it. Okay, and I subtracted it, and then this I separately handled it. So those are some easy ways to solve. Perfect. So yeah, with that, let's go ahead. Let's see the final question that I have for all of you. Let's discuss that. Okay, so the answer is of course 34, and yeah, here they have solved by a different method. This is what I was talking about. Another way, you have to think of other methods of solving, right? This is the other method. They have written what is AR, they expanded it, and then they solved it. You can do it by this. It might take some more time. Here they have very easily written directly because it's solution, but if you solve it, you might take more time. Okay, so yeah, these methods are good learning points, so make a note of it. Okay, let's move forward. Let's go to the next one. So we have a JEE Advanced question over here. Let's see how to tackle this one. So here we have three positive numbers A, B and C such that B by A is an integer. Okay. So don't be startled by the fact it's a JEE Advanced question. It is pretty easy to handle this. I will show you how. Give importance to how the question is framed. You should read the question very carefully. I tell all my students this. Don't miss out any information given in the question. So positive integers, very important. You need to know that. You need to know why it is positive. You will encounter that while solving it. I will show you when. And second information is B by A is an integer. And then they are saying A, B, C are in geometric progression. So you have A, B, C to be in GP. If A, B, C are in GP, what is B by A? B by A is nothing but the common ratio. So indirectly they are telling you the common ratio of this particular GP is actually a integer. That is a very good point. And it should be a positive integer. Why? Because A, B, C are positive. See, look at how much information we can gather just by reading two sentences. Okay. Let's move forward. The next statement is the quantitative one. Using the next statement only I can solve this question. What is that? The arithmetic means of A, B and C is B plus 2. Then find out the value of this particular expression. Okay. So let's get started. You guys can take a pen and a paper. Please try it out along with me. I would really appreciate and like that. Okay. So A, B, C are in GP. So I will take them to be A, AR and AR square. So this is my A, B and C. Okay. So B by A is an integer, which means your R is an integer. And it should be a positive integer. Why it should be positive? Because if R is negative, then definitely one of them will become negative now, which I don't want to happen. Why? Because A, B, C are given to be positive numbers. Okay. Now, let me use the quantitative expression. What is that? This one. So what do we have here? The arithmetic means of A, B and C. What is AM of A, B and C? A plus B plus C by 3 is equal to B plus 2. Okay, now I want to make it single variable. I have too many variables, too much of problem. So let us make it an expression in A and R alone. Okay, so I have A, B is AR and C is AR square is equal to 3 times of AR plus 2. Okay, clear? Now what do we have here? We have A times of R square plus AR plus A is equal to 3AR plus 6, which will be AR square minus 2AR, if I bring this to the other side, plus A equal to 6. Now what shall I do? Look at this carefully. Doesn't this remind you of something? If I take A common, it is a perfect square. Are you all able to visualize that? If I take A common, this will be a perfect square. So let's try to have a look at it. But before that, I want you guys to give me a yes. Are you all clear with whatever I have discussed until now? Was it difficult? I just interpreted the question and I got into solving. Nothing great. Nothing special apart from that. Okay. So now let's try to solve this question. Let us get started. I'm going to erase this. So let me write down what I have here. I'll take A common. If I take A common, what will I have? I will have R square minus 2R plus 1 equal to 6. Don't you guys agree? This is nothing but R minus 1 whole square. A square minus 2AB plus B square. Of course it is. So let us write that down as well. So this will be what? A into R minus 1 whole square is equal to 6. After this, it's pretty simple, guys. I'm sure you guys would have done it. Let's finish it off. What do we have? A is equal to 6 by R minus 1 whole square. Now how do we solve it? Because I have two variables and it's difficult for me to answer. But here is where you use your logical reasoning. This is very important step. Please listen carefully, guys. We know R is positive and they're all positive integers. So R can take values from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So let me put 1. If I put R as 1, my A will tend to what? It will tend to infinity. So R cannot be 1. 1 is directly neglected or removed. It is not possible. Okay, let me take R to be 2. If R is 2, your A will be 6, which is perfectly fine. There is no problem. If R is 2 and A is 6, the numbers are 6, 12 and 24, which is totally fine. I'm happy with that. If I put R as 3, what will I get? If I put R as 3, I will get A to be 6 by 4 when R is 3. But is 6 by 4 an integer? Nope. 6 by 4 is not an integer. We want ABC to be positive integers, which means natural numbers. Is 6 by 4 a natural number? Of course not. Put R is equal to 4. If you put R is equal to 4, you will get A to be 6 by 9. 6 by 9, is it a natural number? No. So whatever R you get beyond this is also neglected. So what is the only possible value of R? The only possible value of R is 2 and the corresponding value of A is 6. So the answer is nothing but 6 square plus 6 minus 14 divided by 6 plus 1, which is 42 minus 14 by 7, which is 6 minus 2, which is 4. Answer is 4. Okay, and do we have, okay, it's an integer type question, so answer is 4. I hope you guys got it. Pretty simple. The logic was only good part about this question. Apart from that, it is basic interpretation of what is AP, what is GP, what is an arithmetic mean and all that. Okay, so I'm sure you guys liked it and you had something to take away from this one. With that, let's move forward. Let's go to the next question and see what is the final takeaway from today's class. Okay, so let's look at the last one. The last question for today is right on your screen, guys. Please do make a note of it and let's try to solve this. Okay, let's try to solve this one. So here we have summation of a series and we have to sum this series up to 15 terms and we have to find out its value, and this was asked in a very recent year. So this was asked in JEE Mains 2019, as all of you can see over here. Okay, so let's see how to tackle this question. What am I given here? I'm given a series. From here it makes sense. From here it's very simple. I understand how the series moves forward, but first and second term I need to decipher it and I need to crack it. So let's see how to crack that open. Okay, so here 9, 12, 15. So this is the third term, fourth term, fifth term. So 9 is 3 3s are, 12 is 3 4s are, 15 is 3 5s are. And it is going correctly according to third, fourth and fifth term. So the first term should definitely have 3 into 1 divided by, what are these odd numbers? This is 7, this is 9, this is 11. So this should be 5 in the denominator and this should have 3 in the denominator. So of course we have it. Clear? And why did I write it as 1 square? Because this is sum of first 3 squares, sum of first 4 squares, sum of first 5 squares. So the first term should be sum of first 1 square and second one should be 3 into 2 divided by sum of first 2 squares divided by 5, and third one will be 3 into 3, 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square by 7 and so on. So what is the nth term? Let me write the nth term. Tn is equal to summation. Can we write it down? So let me not write summation. Let me directly write Tn. Tn is what? 3 times n by 2n plus 1, and on the top you will have 1 square plus 2 square all the way up to n square. Don't you guys agree with me on that? Very simple. Let's put 1 and check it. If I put 1, 3 into 1, yes, 3. 2n plus 1, 2 into 1 plus 1, 3. Perfect. And 1 square. Perfectly correct. Let's put n equal to 2. 3 into 2, 3 into 2. By 2 into 2 plus 1. So 4 plus 1, 5. Yes. 1 square plus 2 square. 1 square plus 2 square. Absolutely right. N equal to 3 we'll put. 3 into 3, 9. Yes. 2 into 3, 6. 6 plus 1, 7. Yes. 1 square plus 2 square till 3 square. Yes. So my Tn is absolutely fine. Guys, this is very important. The way I did it is the right approach in an exam setup. So please do make a note of it and learn it. Practice a lot of questions, okay? Practice at least 15-20 questions based on this type, so that in exam you'll be very comfortable whatever questions they ask, okay? So let's try to solve it. After finding Tn, it's pretty easy, guys, because just simplify Tn and then sum it up. Because our answer is not Tn, okay? Don't get me wrong. Our answer is not Tn, of course. We need to move forward. I need to sum up all the Tn's from n equal to 1 to n equal to 15, okay? From n equal to 1 to n equal to 15, I need to sum up my Tn. Before that, let me simplify it, because I can easily simplify my Tn. I'm sure you guys are aware of it. Can I erase this? Okay. Probably I'll give you some 5-second pause. You guys can go through it, and after that I will erase this first line. I need some space. Okay. Good. So let's try to solve it. Let's try to solve this question now. So what is your Tn? 3n. What is summation of first n squares? It is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 2n plus 1. So it's going to be how much? 2n plus 1 and 2n plus 1 will get cancelled. And what am I left out with? Any idea, guys? By 6 is also left out now. N into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. That is the formula. So let me write it down for you. Summation of n square is equal to n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. Okay, or if you want, I'll write it in better way. R square, R ranging from 1 to n. Okay, that is a formula. I've just used that over here. So this 3 and this will get cancelled. It will become 2. So what am I left out with? I have n cube plus n square by 2. Can you see how easy our nth term is? It is reduced to such a simple compact expression. Now it's very easy to solve, guys. Now you can sum up very easily. Now I'll remove this. So what is my answer? My answer is summation of Tn, because S is what? S is summation of Tn, where n ranges from 1 to 15. Okay, so let's sum Tn up. What is summation of n cube? Let's take the 1 by 2 outside. Summation of n cube is what? N into n plus 1 by 2 whole square plus summation of n square is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. Just now we saw that. Okay. So again I can take n into n plus 1 outside, or you can directly solve it, whichever you like. Just put n equal to 15, you will get your answer. What is the answer? Half times of 15 into 8 whole square. How did I get 8? 16 by 2 will be 8, na? Because if I put n as 15, 15 plus 1 is 16. 16 by 2 is 8. So 15 into 8 the whole square plus 15 into 16 into 31. So 15 into 16 into 31 by 6. So this will be how much? 15 into 16 will be 240. 240 by 6 will be 40. Clear? 15 into 16 is 240, right? 240 by 6 will be 40. 40 into 31. That is my answer. We have 1 by 2 on the outside. So let's solve it. You will have half times of. So 120 whole square. 120 whole square is 14400, right? Because 120 is 12 into 10. So 12 square into 10 square. 144 into 100, which will be 14400. Plus 40 into 31 will be how much? 1240. I hope that's correct. Now what is the final answer? Now what will be the sum of it? The sum of it is going to be 15640 by 2. The sum of it. 14,000 plus 1,000. 15,000. 400 plus 240. 640. So that will be 7820. So the answer is 7,820. And do we have an option for that? Yes, we do. It is your option D. I hope you guys have understood it. Pretty easy question. And it is all in observation. You have to predict the nth term correctly. So here, the major portion or the major tricky part was getting Tn correct. Tn, once you get it, it is pretty easy, guys. And moreover, they gave up to 15 terms now. So when I put n equal to 15, it becomes very easy. Otherwise, it might be a slightly lengthy question. But yeah, doable within 2 minutes, I'm sure of it. Okay. So I hope you guys liked the questions today, and please do make a note of it. the session PDF will have all the solutions. So do download it after the class. It will be available in the description, guys. And also check out the app for all the session PDF, missed out lectures. If you guys found this session useful, then I would suggest you to go and look at the other ones as well. Whatever chapters you are finding it hard, maybe just go through the videos which are done earlier so that you can get exposed to good questions of those chapters. Okay. So yeah, with that, let's conclude our session, guys. And as always, I would like to recommend a few good chapter-wise courses for all of you. If you are interested in minute bit-sized courses, then you can check out the micro courses available in Vedantu's website. You guys can go and have a look at it. So here you have matrices and determinants, mathematical reasoning, statistics, like that chapter-wise test. And you have general organic chemistry, and some people find certain topics hard, right? So those topics are given importance and they are covered in minute capsules. Okay, so these sessions are all for 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, like that, small size courses. So if you have time for it and if you feel there is some particular chapter which is bothering you, then you can check it out. So this is available for 11 rupees. It's almost as expensive as a Lay's packet. So if you guys want it, do check it out. And you have to use this coupon code to access this price. Okay, otherwise it's expensive. You have to use SJMIC, which stands for Shimon Joseph. MIC is micro course. Okay, perfect. So with that, guys, do like, share, subscribe, comment, and whatever you felt, let me know in the chat and in the comments as well. Okay, and if you need anything in specific, I know some of you have mailed me regarding certain topics and certain session assignments. I have sent it to you, and others, if you want to get in touch with me, please do let me know in the comments. Okay, and all the very best, guys. Please keep working hard. You just have 2 more days. Revise whatever you have learned so far. That is important. Okay, all the very best. Let me know how it goes. Until then, take care. Bye bye.